Now let's welcome the Reverend Loretta Brooks.
Very much. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. And I'm going to be speaking to you about not only the power of your word, but the power of your word as creative imagination. What are you creating in your life? And I know that this week you had a lesson because I saw it on one of my emails called Be, Do, and Have. This thing called You. I think you're working with that book right now by Dr. Ernest Thomas. So this lesson this morning is about the word as your creative imagination, how you create with your word. And I'd like to cover three areas here. The first area is in a knowingness. You must know something, not just believe it, but you must know it. And the second thing is clarity. You must have clarity of consciousness. You must have a clarity of what it is that you would like to be demonstrating. And the third part of the lesson is about trust. Who can you trust? Who do you trust? You trust the power. So let's begin then. And you know, life hasn't been easy these last couple of years, yes? Is that a yes?
Yes.
It is a yes. So I want to start out my lesson this morning with a quote from a former president. He said, "When you've reached the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang in there." And I love that because that was said by Franklin Delano Roosevelt many, many years ago. And I'm going to start out this lesson by quoting Thomas Troward. Thomas Troward wrote a book called The Creative Process in the Individual. How many of you are familiar with Troward? Okay, some of you are, some of you are not. He was a British judge in India, and he was very difficult to read, let's just put it that way. Very intellectual, very brilliant mind. I read him, I reread him, and I got some of it. I didn't get all of it. But the reason I'm talking to you today about the creative process in the individual, the power of your word, because your word is powerful, not because it comes from you, but because it comes from the spirit within you. It comes out of spirit. Troward in his book says this: "It is so important for you to remember the creative process is the action of one single power. There is one power in the universe called God, Great Spirit, Divine Intelligence. Call it by whatever name you would like to call it, but just know that it's there. Because from this space of inner knowingness, you can co-create with spirit through the power of your word." And I want to thank Nicholas and Joseph for their lovely hospitality. I felt last night like I was sleeping in a mystical forest. It was so beautiful, and I so enjoyed it so very much. And I want to also speak to you about what Thomas Troward is talking about. He's talking about the action of a single power. That single power is within you. It operates for you and through you all of the time. Not some of the time, but all of the time, which is why it is so important for all of us to watch our words very carefully. Coming in here and driving through some of the traffic, my words weren't so good, believe me. But I'm learning, you know, we have to learn how to express ourselves in a different way. So we have to have this inner knowingness. We are moving into a new way of life by creating out of the principle of life. So from this inner knowingness, we must know that there is a power within us. Thomas Troward wrote a great prayer. And in New York City, when Dr. Grayson was my teacher way back when, many years ago, he used to say this prayer every day. He would say, "My mind is a center of divine operation." Think about that. Think about those words. Words are so powerful. They really are. They empower you or they disempower you. And you are the one that is creating with your words. My mind is a center of divine operation. What do those words mean to you? Do they mean then that you are part of the divine? if you have this new thought kind of teaching, you understand then that you are one with a greater power. I love telling stories when I give talks, so I'll tell you another story. When I was a little girl, I grew up in the old world teaching, and it was very strict. And I remember I would say as a little girl, 5 or 6 years old, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." And I went home and I said to my grandmother, "I'm only 5 years old, what did I do?" And my grandmother said, "Well, you have to have faith." And I still didn't understand. I didn't get it. But what I'm understanding now is that in this new thought way of being, I can say to myself, I don't have to do this anymore if I don't want to, but I can say to myself, "Bless me, Father, the Father, Mother, God, so I am one with you." You see the difference there? It's not that you're a sinner. We all make mistakes, but we use gentle correction to correct those mistakes. That is where we change our minds. That is where we give ourselves new information. Every day I do this simple exercise. I'd like you to do it with me now, and I'd like you to practice it. It's called practicing the present. I ask for and I receive divine guidance. Let's say that together. I ask for and I receive divine guidance. I've been doing this for so many years that I know that no matter what I am facing, I am always divinely guided. I have that knowingness within me. It's within me. It resides there. I take it with me wherever I go. Something like my American Express card. I take it with me, and you take yourself with you wherever you go. So when you ask for, you must know that you are receiving divine guidance. Always know that you are being divinely guided in all areas of your life. Number 2, after connecting with the power of your word, and after knowing, you must have clarity. Clarity is so important. Be clear about what it is that you would like to demonstrate. Why am I saying this to you? Because it's very important that you have clarity, that you know. No one can know for you. You are the only one that has this inner knowingness, this inner ability to know what you would like to have. How many people in here know what they would like to create? Be honest. Okay, there are a few of you that don't know. And I'm not here to lecture you or give you information. I'm here to guide you from what I have learned in my own life personally. And I have learned that when I ask for and receive divine guidance, I expect to receive good answers for the things that are going on in my life. And Spirit, God knows that we have been challenged in these last couple of years. But I used to give talks about the economy, and I would say that everyone has a personal economy. We all have a personal economy. It has nothing to do with what's going on out there. It is our personal economy, and we can change it. Believe me, we can. So the second part is about getting clear and knowing what you would like to have in your life. You must have this inner knowingness, but you must know what it is that you would like to demonstrate. So when you get that, when you get clear about what it is, whether it's a good day, a good week, whether you would like to create more money, whether you would like to have more clients, when you are clear about that, then you can go about your business knowing that you are guided by the Spirit within you. Does everybody hear that? Yes? Yes. Okay, good. And then number 3 is trust. The power of trust. The power of your word to trust that you will be guided in all areas of your life. Whether you're feeling like you're guided or not, you're always being guided. You must know that from within yourself. You must know that you are always being divinely guided into right action, into right knowing. And this divine guidance comes from the power of trust. You don't need to trust yourself. You need to trust the Spirit within you. You need to know that there is a higher power at work in your life, always working for you, always working through you. So you must know that it will always work for you. When you say that life happens to you, you become victimized by that consciousness. Why does this always happen to me? How many people have said that? You need to say instead, life is working for me and life is working through me. And my consciousness now is connected to the spirit of life within me. And it operates for me all of the time. Know that you have it. Know with clarity what it is that you would like the power to do for you. In other words, use it or lose it. That is part of what this process is about. You either use the power or you lose it. It's not like the old time religion where we used to say, oh my God, you're saying use the power. No, God wants to give us spirit, higher power, whatever you call it, does not matter. What matters is that you are beginning to plug into this power on a daily basis for greater health, greater wealth, greater creativity and self-expression, and more loving, harmonious relationships. Know with clarity what it is, and let go of the reasons why it will not happen. You know, I'm listening a lot now to Bob Proctor, and I wanted to share a little story about Bob Proctor. As a minister, I used to go out to Asilomar every year in California. It was beautiful. We'd have all these speakers like Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay. Bob Proctor was out there. How many people have heard of Bob Proctor? No? Few of you have. So he comes out to Asilomar and he says something in the beginning of his lesson. He says, all of you look like you're extras in your own movies. I can still remember that. I still remember that. Remember him saying that. You know what I did? This is like going back 20 years ago. I said, you know what? That's offensive. I'm offended by it. And I held on to that one for a long time. And I did not hear a word he said after that. And now, some 20 years later, he passed away about 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. And I just remembered that I could have gotten so much from this man because this man he's got a genius mentality. He went from scrubbing floors and being a custodian to making hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you'd like to make more money, I would suggest you turn on YouTube and look at Bob Proctor. He's a wonderful way. He will teach you how to use the power of your word to create for yourself, to image for yourself your way into a new possibility, a new world for you. And this new world will come from your imaging, from the power of imaging, using your word to image something for yourself, to create that image. That is what Bob Proctor is teaching me right now. But I could have learned this 20 years ago. They called me up from his institute and they said, Loretta, would you like to become a member of our institute? I said, no, I don't want to be a member. He offended me. He said something that I didn't like. What I'm here to tell you is that everyone will say something that you don't like, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get something from everyone. Look for the genius in people. Look for the creativity. Look for the good. One of my friends, Maureen, she always says that, Loretta, look for the good. And it's a wonderful lesson. It really is. Look for the good in people and let go of your add-ons. We always add things on to things. You ever notice that? You go to a movie and you see the movie and you do your add-ons, your routines, right? You do your, that guy wasn't good. Oh my God. You know, we have to let go of the add-ons and receive the gift and receive the blessings that we are being given. 20 years ago, if I had become a member, if only, remember those words, if only I did this way. No, there's no more if onlys, folks. We have to get serious. We have to practice the presence in our daily lives. And when we begin to ask for and receive divine guidance every day, the days will become weeks, the weeks will become months, and the months will become years. Many years ago, and I've shared this before, so please bear with me if you've heard it already. But I used to say to myself, every morning, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to meditate. And I've had this vision in my mind. I'm going to have a little cushion with fringes, a golden bowl. I'm going to have a candle. I'm going to have lavender. It's going to be so beautiful. Remember, I did this for how many years? One day I woke up and I said, you're not meditating. How many years has it been? 7 years. 7 years of saying this to myself until finally one day I woke up. I stayed in bed. I didn't have the cushion, I didn't have the candle, I didn't have the lavender, but I began my practice anyway. So I'm saying to all of you, begin a practice. And this is what I want to share with you today. Every morning on Sundays, we have a system now because I don't have my center back, but we go in once in a while, but we do this phone work and we do meditations. So I want to share with you a meditation right now. So if you will be so kind to just listen to me for a few more moments, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And we're going to do a meditation, okay? You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want to, but you can. And let's close our eyes and let's go within. And this is an imagery exercise that I want you to practice with me. So let's gently release and let go of the tension in the body. Let's relax our eyelids. And let's bring the awareness now into our feet and our toes. Inhale. And on the exhalation, feel the relaxation in your feet and your toes. Allow them to relax. And now let's bring the awareness into our calves and knees. Inhale. And on the exhalation, feel the relaxation in your calves and your knees, your feet. Feel completely relaxed. And now bring the awareness into your thighs, your large thigh muscles. Inhale. And on the exhalation, feel the relaxation in your legs and your feet. Completely relaxed, letting go of tension. And now let's bring the awareness into the trunks of our body. Inhale. Exhale, release, relax, and let go of the tension in the trunks of your body. And now bring the awareness into your hands, your fingers, your wrists. Inhale. And on the exhalation, relax your hands, your wrists, your fingers. Feel the relaxation coming into your body. Now inhale into your lower arms, elbows, upper arms, and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, release, relax, and let go. Now bring the awareness into the trunk of your body. Inhale. And exhale and let go of the tension in the trunk of your body. Feel the relaxation there. And now bring the awareness into your throat area, your facial muscles. Inhale. And on the exhalation, feel the relaxation in your face, throat. Exhale and let go. Relax your body physically. Feel the body completely relaxed, letting go of tension. And now I invite you to mentally scan your body. And anywhere at all that you feel any extra tension, I want you to inhale into that space. Inhale. And now exhale and let it go. Now I'd like you to see a computer screen in front of you. And I'm going to invite you to use a pen and to just write these words as I say them. You can use stencil form, calligraphy, whatever you love, whatever form of handwriting. I'd like you to write these words on this computer screen and see it in your mind's eyes without opening your eyes. I am so blessed. I am inspired. I am creative. And I am creating a wonderful life for myself each and every day. And I know this to be the truth. With gratitude and love for the wonderful way that life is at work in my life, I say thank you, Spirit. And so it is. And when you're ready to, just wiggle your hands and your fingers and open your eyes and come back to the room, and hopefully you're relaxed more. We have time for a prayer. Everybody looks much more relaxed. See, if you do this every day, I do it every day. It relaxes your body, your mind, and your spirit. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to say to each and every one of you that you can co-create with spirit. You can be blessed, uplifted, and inspired. Right action is your action. So make it a great day today for yourself, folks, okay? The days add up to weeks, the weeks add up to months and to years. Don't be like me and take 7 years. Remember that lesson today. The power of your word. Speaking of the power of your word, I just want to say something about the YouTube channel very quickly. It's called I Love Yoga Nidra. expressions of spirit. You'll get it right away. And it's a relaxation exercise. It's under construction. There's more to do. Okay, let's go within and let's know this truth together. There is one life, one power, and one presence in the universe called God. And the divinity of God is now flowing through each and every person in this room. Each one then is connected to the spirit of life in a more wonderful way than ever before, up until this point in time and space. Each one is blessed, inspired, moves out into life as a co-creator with God. Each one knows to ask for and receive divine guidance. And as a result of this word, each one has a personal goal, and that goal is realized. That goal is accepted by the mind of God. The Spirit of God that indwells each and every person in this room is blessing them, uplifting them, and inspiring them to be more, to do more, and to have more, and to be a co-creator with the great spirit of life. All is well for everyone here. Any thought patterns that would say no to this idea are completely released into the nothingness from whence they came. And by the power of this word, now released into the law of mind, accepted and acted upon at once, it is done. And with love, praise, and gratitude for the wonderful way that Spirit is at work in each and everyone's life, I say, thank you, God. So be it. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you so much.